Lafayette Ronald Hubbard, widely known as L. Ron Hubbard, was born on March 13, 1911, in Tilden. He was the only child of Harry Ross Hubbard, a United States Navy officer, and Ledora May Waterbury Hubbard. Because of his father's military career, Hubbard spent much of his childhood traveling to different places across the United States and parts of Asia. Hubbard's early life was filled with adventure and curiosity. As a young boy, he reportedly developed a fascination with storytelling, exploration, and philosophy. His travels introduced him to diverse cultures and traditions, which later influenced many of his writings and ideas about the human mind and spiritual growth. He attended George Washington University in Washington, D.C. in the early 1930s, where he studied engineering for a short time. However, he did not complete his degree. Instead, he focused on writing and began building a career as a prolific author. Early writing career. During the 1930s and 1940s, Hubbard became a highly productive writer of pulp fiction. Pulp magazines were extremely popular during that time and featured stories about adventure, science fiction, mystery, and fantasy. Hubbard wrote hundreds of stories and novels for magazines such as Astounding Science Fiction and other popular publications. His writing style was fast-paced and imaginative, making him one of the most recognizable authors in pulp fiction. His works often explored themes of adventure, exploration, and human potential. Some of his most famous science fiction novels include Battlefield Earth, 1982. Mission Earth, 1985 to 1987. These novels became international bestsellers and cemented Hubbard's reputation as a major science fiction writer. Military service. During World War II, Hubbard served in the United States Navy. His naval career involved various assignments, primarily in the Pacific region. After the war, Hubbard reported experiencing health challenges, which he later said motivated him to explore ideas about the mind, healing, and human potential. Creation of Dianetics. In 1950, Hubbard published one of his most influential works, Dianetics, the Modern Science of Mental Health. The book introduced the concept of Dianetics, which Hubbard described as a method for improving mental health by addressing painful memories stored in the subconscious mind. The book quickly became a bestseller and sparked widespread public interest. Many people attended lectures and workshops to learn about Dianetics techniques. Hubbard's ideas centered on the belief that individuals carry emotional pain from past experiences, called engrams, which affect behavior and mental well-being. Dianetics proposed that these could be addressed through counseling techniques called auditing. Founding of Scientology. In the early 1950s, Hubbard expanded his ideas beyond Dianetics and developed a broader philosophy called Scientology. Scientology focuses on spiritual awareness and self-improvement. It teaches that humans are spiritual beings called the Tans, who have lived through multiple lifetimes. Through spiritual counseling and personal development practices, followers aim to achieve greater awareness and freedom. The Church of Scientology was officially founded in 1954 in Los Angeles. Over the following decades, Scientology expanded internationally, establishing churches and missions in many countries. Later writing career. Even while leading Scientology, Hubbard continued writing extensively. In fact, he became one of the most published authors in history. His works include science fiction, self-help books, lectures, and philosophical writings. Some of his later novels became major bestsellers and were translated into numerous languages. Hubbard's writing career spanned more than 5 decades, producing thousands of lectures, essays, and books. Personal life. Hubbard married 3 times and had several children. His life often involved travel and periods of seclusion, particularly in his later years. In the 1960s, Hubbard spent several years living aboard ships with members of the Scientology organization, exploring spiritual training and leadership structures within the movement. Later, he withdrew from public appearances and focused on writing and organizational management. Death. L. Ron Hubbard died on January 24, 1986, at the age of 74 in Creston. According to official reports, the cause of death was a stroke. Following his passing, leaders of the Church of Scientology announced that Hubbard had left his physical body and continued his spiritual journey according to the teachings of the movement. After his death, the leadership of Scientology was assumed by David Miscavige, who continues to oversee the organization. Legacy and influence. Hubbard remains a significant and controversial figure in modern religious and cultural history. His influence spans several fields. 1. Science fiction literature. Hubbard is remembered as one of the prolific writers of the pulp fiction era. His science fiction novels continue to be read by fans around the world. 2. Religious movement. Scientology grew into a global organization with followers in many countries. 3. Personal development ideas. His ideas about self-improvement and the potential of the human mind attracted many supporters interested in spiritual growth. 4. Cultural impact. Hubbard's teachings and organization have influenced various aspects of modern culture and discussion around religion, psychology, and belief systems. Best quotes by L. Ron Hubbard. Here are some well-known quotes attributed to him. "The purpose of life is a life of purpose. A civilization without insanity, without criminals and without war, where the able can prosper and honest beings can have rights. Never regret yesterday. Life is in you today and you make your tomorrow. What is true for you is what you have observed yourself. Man is basically good. Your potential is unlimited. Knowledge is the commodity of the universe. The only way you can control people is to lie to them. To know life, you have to be part of life. Happiness lies in engaging in worthwhile activity." Conclusion. L. Ron Hubbard was a complex and influential figure whose work touched literature, spirituality, and personal development. From his early days as a pulp fiction writer to founding Scientology, Hubbard left a legacy that continues to spark discussion and interest. His books, ideas, and organization have influenced millions of people worldwide. Whether viewed as a visionary thinker or a controversial leader, Hubbard's impact on modern culture and spiritual movements remains significant.